Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chiso Moma and I am a YouTuber based in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. If this is your first time of stopping by, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for sticking around. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the unexpected realities of living in Windsor, Canada. I know I've not really been open about, things that I've experienced here, because this video is based on my own experience, because I'm sure other people have different opinions and their experience as well. So this video is limited to my own experience. So let's just get right into this video. So the first thing I want to talk about is that Windsor is actually a very small city. Like, it's so small, and it's kind of like a conservative place. So choices here are very limited. Like, I'll give an example. Like, say you want to eat like varieties of African dishes or buy varieties of African ingredients, like your options here are really limited. For example, I've not even seen what they call it, oha leaf here in Canada. Like, is that bad? So, and when you keep doing something, like a particular thing, like repeatedly, you're always doing it, it gets boring sometimes. Another example is that here, I think they only have one place where you go for bowling, and just imagine you don't have varieties, you don't have other things, to keep you, up on your feet or keep you going. Over time, if you keep doing something repeatedly, for me, I don't know about for other people, like, it becomes boring. Then the fact that this place is actually a very small town, like, if you want to go from this distance to another distance, it could just literally take you like maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Sometimes, or for me, traveling, a certain distance to go have fun or to go enjoy yourself is actually part of, the whole fun. I'll give an example. I remember when we did our honeymoon, that was like years back when we got married. This sun is up. When we did our honeymoon, and we went to this, I think that it was in Lagos. We went to La Campagne Beach in Lagos. From Ikeja, where we lodged, to that place, it took us about 1 hour plus, and the distance was fun. Like, this sightseeing, the trees, like leaving main Lagos to somewhere secluded and all that. It was, part of the fun. Like, it was like a build up to finally what you were going to go enjoy. So the fact that this place is a small place, like, you can literally just leave your house here and you're going to the next place, and in a few minutes you're already there. So that is actually not, something that I like. I like somewhere that I could, travel some distance, then go enjoy myself. Part of experience and things to talk about and all of that. So you don't really have that option here. Like, your choices in everything is limited, and guys, it's not easy. And there's this annoying thing that they keep telling to new immigrants. You lack Canadian experience. You might have all the experience from your home country. When you come here and you apply for jobs, even when you have, what it takes and everything that it takes to, be on this job, the next thing you want to hear is, or you don't want to hear is, you don't have the Canadian experience. Like, it's really annoying and frustrating. Like, you are dealing with the fact that jobs are very limited, that jobs are highly competitive, and as somebody is adding the fact that you don't have Canadian, experience. So this place, you have to really self-develop yourself. Like, you have to be all out on improving yourself, like constantly improving yourself to get, the best of the best, or to get whatever you want, as in terms of your search for a job. So you have to constantly self-development, and this self-development, nobody will push you. Like, here is like all man for himself. Like, you have to constantly tell yourself, I need to get this degree. Okay, I need to apply for this job. Okay, I need to get this certification. I need to do this. Like, you have to constant, because nobody literally has your time. This place, if you don't do things for yourself, you'll just be you'll just be left alone. So you have to constantly remind yourself that you have to put in the work, you have to put in the time, and you have to constantly self-develop, to be able to level up, kind of. Another unexpected reality of living in Canada is the fact that there is no cheap labor here. I know universally that abroad, that there's this minimum wage you have to pay to people working for you, whether they are domestic staff or whatever type of staff that they have. Like, you have to pay them within minimum wage, right? But other than that, I never knew it was going to be this bad. Like, you hear minimum wage and you think you can afford it. By the time you get your own paycheck and you're looking at minimum wage and your paycheck, there's literally nothing, left of it if you should take like a domestic staff. So it is really, really very expensive. Like, it's expensive. For me, when I lived in Nigeria, I used to have like a live-out nanny that used to come do stuff for me. But here, I cannot even try it. Like, you have to do things yourself. You have to make your hair yourself, except you will have money to go and pay hairdresser. So even braid your hair here, you don't want to know how much it costs to braid your hair. Like, it's really, really very expensive. I'm even thinking of cutting down this hair, but that's by the way, sha. So here, minimum wage is expensive, and you really, really have to do things for yourself. You cannot just wake up one morning and say, you know what, I'm not going to clean this house again myself. I need to contract some. You have to think about it, because you don't want to spend whatever you're making at the end of every month on domestic staff, right? Another unexpected reality for me here is taxes. Like, taxes are very, very, very expensive. Like, I know you might want to argue that you get benefits from the taxes that you pay, but other than that, it is 13%. Say, for example, you want to buy a rug, and the rug costs about $100. In your head, you're thinking that, okay, I'm only spending $100 for this rug. By the time you get to that counter and they put 13% on top, you find out that they added like, say, $15 extra, right? So taxes are really, really crazy for me, because it's not what I was used to before. Not like we don't pay taxes in Nigeria. We used to pay taxes, but it wasn't, like on every item. Maybe they will just calculate the taxes on that particular goods, and when you see it, you already know that, okay, yes, this particular bag is for 20,000. Your tax is already in that 20,000. But here, taxes are separate. If you are buying anything, you know that you are buying it, plus applicable taxes on it. So sometimes it can be really very discouraging for new immigrants, because the fact that you are not used to paying taxes on top, and the fact that you have to pay 13% taxes, can be really crazy. The next thing I want to talk about is about job limitations, or jobs being actually very competitive. Like, this place is tight. Like, it's really, really very competitive. Like, I used to think Nigeria was worse, but here I don't even want to spill. This place is hard. Like, jobs are really, 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 really very, very competitive. Like, you have to, self-develop yourself to get that, choice of jobs that, that you want, kind of. I think that's the best way I should put it. I think that's the best way. So you have to constantly self-develop yourself. Otherwise, you will just be stuck. Like, you'll be on a rat race. You literally just be on this level, and you will not see yourself growing, because trust me, you don't want to be stuck on one particular job that is not well paying for the next 5 years. No, right? So you have to constantly develop yourself career-wise, anywhere that you've chosen to, key into. self-development is key for you to get the best of the best. Otherwise, even with your best of the degrees, like this place is really choking. Like in terms of competition, it is really very competitive. I will not lie. The next thing I want to talk about is healthcare. People keep hearing that healthcare is free. Well, healthcare is not free. Sorry, healthcare is free, but drugs are not free. And drugs here, hey, they are very expensive. Like, I think a pack of Tylenol should be about $15. That's paracetamol. Paracetamol, that is how much in Nigeria. So it's really very expensive. Like, drugs are very expensive. Then if you want to go through emergency, yeah, I think I even remember a scenario that we had an emergency. Would I say it was an emergency, or it was just us that went to an emergency unit? And guys, going to an emergency unit is expensive. If I tell you guys how much we paid. So drugs are not cheap, and drugs are not free. You have to pay out of pocket. And even if your insurance will even cover, like, it's not even cover anything, like, it is still very expensive. So, and even if you go to emergency, there's this thing they call triage. Like, you have to go through triage for it to get to your turn. Say maybe you rush into an emergency and you're complaining that, oh, that you're having this intense stomach bite, and you have to, you know, be attended to, like, be the first person. It's not the way you think of it. You have to go through that triage. Like, they have to look at you, check you, and make sure that you are actually in that kind of pain, or that your case is actually very severe for them to leave everywhere. Otherwise, you go to an emergency and you think that you have to be attended first. You find out that you have to even wait, like, say 4 hours, 5 hours before you can even see the doctor. So it's not what's like the way we picture it from outside of this place. Like, this place is not how it seems. Yeah, that's one thing that, because we've actually been to an emergency. I think we went there around 4 a.m. in the morning. Before we could even see the doctor, it was around 8. So we're like 4 hours for something that was really very serious. So it wasn't the way I thought it to be, that maybe once you get into the emergency, you know, room, like, everybody is going to be, you know, all over you. It's not like that though. You have to go through that trials, and going through that trials can be very frustrating. So I hope you enjoyed watching today's video. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the bell notification to get notified each time I post. Don't forget to like this video and put a comment down below. Until I see you in my next upload. Bye.